Hi there, welcome to this month's market update. Before I start, I just wanted to open this video by saying a big thank you to all those who keep watching these videos. Had lots of nice comments over the last month or so. Always try and keep these videos very straightforward, honest, just to give you an idea of what we see happening in the market, and appreciate, as always, everyone watching. So as I always do, this month I'm going to give you an idea of what happened through August, so obviously a key month of the summer, and then just give a few thoughts of where we see the market heading over the next couple of months. So the summer months, it's always an interesting time, usually a quieter time for the property market as people head away for the summer, and of course we have some nicer weather. Now we haven't had so much of the latter, but I think lots of people still away, and now of course the kids, thankfully, back at school. So August, we actually found that the number of properties that came to market over the course of the month was the highest level that we've seen in August, other than August of 2020, which was the month that, of course, we left lockdown. And so a really, really strong number of properties being presented to the market. I guess that gives an indication that people still feel this is a time to get moving. I think there's some investors looking to offload some of the properties that they're holding. And so we then look at the demand side to see what were sales like. And actually, when we looked at that, the volume of sales agreed across the business was very similar to what we would expect in a normal year. A normal year like last year, perhaps to an extent, but more like what we would have seen in 2018 and 2019. And I keep referring to that always through these videos. As an aside from that, what I think is also helping to drive the volume of sales is the number of reductions that continues to happen across the market. People are constantly, and agents are constantly recycling those properties back into the market at new prices. And that's one of the reasons why the sales rates have managed to keep going. And so, yes, that then leads us on to what is happening with prices. It's the big thing that everyone is always asking, are prices falling? Well, I think it's fair to say they have, and they probably are still falling. From our own average price indexes, we think that prices are now about 6% lower than they were a year ago. And when you look at the indexes, it's really hard to figure out exactly what the market's saying, particularly, and I've said this in previous videos, because those indexes are very much looking at transactions that might have happened or would have happened 5-6 months ago. So property sales that were agreed a long time ago. So they aren't necessarily a reflection of right now. But we have the Land Registry who released their June report. That was a crazy one. I was expecting that to say there was a fall. There was a 0.7% increase in prices. I'm not sure that that's necessarily reflective of quite what's going on now. The Nationwide, 0.9% fall in the month. Halifax, they reported a stomping 1.9% fall in a single month. But again, you have to remember, these are people who are taking out mortgages with the Halifax only. It's not a whole of market thing, but it definitely gives an indication of where the market has been heading. And finally, Rightmove. We always tend to see a fall at this time of year, but 1.9% fall in asking prices of properties coming to market. That's the biggest single fall at this time of year since 2018. So everything is kind of pointing in the same direction. So in terms of where we see the market going in the next couple of months, it isn't the easiest one to call, but just having a look at the general trends of what we can see happening in terms of buyer numbers and the volume of property coming to market and the support of mortgage lenders, it still feels like conditions out there are showing that resiliency that in truth we've seen. Yes, prices have fallen, but the factors that are also outside of that at play look to also now be settling. The Bank of England have come out this week, Andrew Bailey on record as saying that he thinks that interest rates have reached their peak. That's going to be great news for potential borrowers, so potential buyers and also homeowners as well. If you then look at the 10-year gilt rates, we can see that they are now hovering and remain to hover around 4.5%. That's the price at which fixed mortgages are priced off, so 2 to 5 year fixed rates, probably available with good deposits at around 5% or something like that. That's still affordable for a lot of people. And the inflation issue, which has caused a lot of the problems, looks to also be coming under control as well. And we await the next load of stats, but the Bank of England were pretty clear in saying they expect that inflation is going to decline quite sharply. And again, that's great news. So as I was saying before, for us, it feels like we may have the conditions for a bit of a soft landing for the housing market, and that prices, if they have fallen by around 6, perhaps even a little bit more percent, that's pretty much where we might now be for the remainder of this year, certainly in terms of what we see going on. I'm not saying that's what the indexes are going to say. As I say, keep remembering they are historic. They are looking at things that happened a long time ago. To find out whether or not I'm right, to find out whether or not our predictions come true, you're going to have to keep watching these videos. I'll give you genuine live updates about what we see happening across the market. Please do subscribe and like the video, and really thanks for watching.